What's up guys, King here, bringing you my unlimited power stamina sorcerer build. Let's hop right into it. This is a red guard sorcerer build. You can use Orc, Imperial, Khajiit, red guard, what else? Any stamina race will really work well with this build. So here's the stats. 10k magicka, 20k health, 25k stamina, 21k stamina recovery, 2700 weapon damage buffed up. That's without the 16 gold weapons. If you had gold weapons, it'll be a lot higher. And you can also boost it higher with Molag Kina, because there is room for that. You're going to run a Mundus Stone, the Serpent, and you are going to be a werewolf if you want in this build. It's totally up to you. You can also use Vampire, but right now I'm digging the Lycanthropy. Let's hop into the gear sets. Our gear sets are 5 pieces of the Ravager set. That's chest and legs, and then accessories are Ravager. And then we have 4 pieces Hundings Rage, which is boots, belt, gloves, head, and then our weapons are going to be Hundings Rage. I haven't went gold on this yet because there is another setup that I'm going to try out in the future that gives me even more weapon damage and more recoveries. So I didn't go gold, but this is a good start off set because a lot of people have Ravager laying around like I did. A lot of people have Hundings Rage or can get their hands on Hundings Rage like I did. So this is so far it's working really well for me. Let's check out the abilities. Yeah, we are running dual wield and two-hander. You can also run a bow if you like, or you can run sword and board. So I do have a bow and I do have sword and board. But mainly I run dual wield because it's nice to have some AOE DPS inside Imperial City nowadays. Let's hop into the abilities. Our abilities: Still Cyclone, AOE DPS, Streak, AOE DPS, and AOE CC. Also it gives you mobility, Thundering Presence, movement speed, increased physical and spell resistance, and it also is a stamina dot, AOE dot. Resolving Vigor, this is your heal over time, or hot. This is also an AOE heal, so this works out a lot. And Bound Armaments, this is for increased maximum stamina. It also increases your heavy attack damage and gives you physical and spell resistance. So this build is actually really tanky while you're buffed up. And then our ultimate on this bar is Overload. We'll go into the Overload bar in a minute because that's a key part to this build. Two-hander, Wrecking Blow. This is a hard CC, single target DPS ability. Critical Rush, Gap Closer, Executioner. This is your Execute. Rally. This is another heal over time, and it's also a burst heal too. So, and then Bound Armaments on both bars. So you have to have Bound Armaments. And then you want your transformation on your two-handed bar. You're going to get that recovery for that, and then when you go into your transformation, you can do a ton of damage. So let's check out this power overload bar, because this is a real key part to this build. So in a power overload bar, let's see, power overload. Your power overload bar is key because a lot of the sorcerer abilities don't give you multiple effects. Say for instance like a Nightblade with double take, you get movement speed and dodge chance. So they knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Sorcerers don't really have that many abilities that do that, so you have to make do. But sorcerers do have the OP power overload bar. You have access to 5 extra abilities with this power overload bar, and if you can master it, it's amazing. So what I like to do is I go on my power overload bar, I use Crit Surge, Shuffle, Evil Hunter, throw down my Caltrops, get out of power overload, and start DPSing however I like to. So you actually gain access to a lot of abilities just from having this power overload bar. It's really amazing. Now let's take a look at our champion points. For our champion points, you want to get cost reduction, stamina cost reduction. You want to go for at least 8%. You also get cost reduction from being a sorcerer, so you get a lot of cost reduction with this build. So you go for at least 8%. And then Mooncalf. Pump a lot in a Mooncalf because that stamina recovery is really key. You can put into Tumbling if you want, but I don't really use Tumbling anymore because I really don't need it. And then pump a ton in the Mighty, get a few in the Piercing, some in Precise Strikes, but Mighty you want to get that at 25% first, and then you can pump wherever you want afterwards. And then for this, if you're using sword and shield, pump into block expertise. If you don't have a sword and shield, pump into hardy, because hardy is going to give you 25% damage mitigation against magic, poison, and disease. So that helps. Not to mention that you are a werewolf, and when you're in that transformation, you actually take 25% additional poison damage. Just mitigates that. So your werewolf transformation is not that painful. And an elemental defender, of course, this will help you against more magic. And then it also unlocks Unchanged, reduces the stamina cost of abilities by 80% for 3 seconds after breaking free from a stun or knockdown, fear, disorient, or stagger. So after you CC break, you get 80% cost reduction. It's OP as shit. And yeah, that's pretty much the champion tree. I hope this build is useful to you guys, because it's really useful to me. I actually put up my Magic and Sorcerer, and I haven't played Magic and Sorcerer in a few weeks now. I've been playing nothing but Stamina Sorc. And this Stamina Sorc is really, really good. If you want to check it out live, twitch.tv/KingRichard15. I will be uploading some clips of this build in action really soon. So make sure you guys stay tuned, like, sub, comment, and I will see you guys in the near future. I'm out of here.